My name is Morgan Buford. I'm a senior at the University of Texas at Tyler, and I am from Palestine, Texas. My major is computer science with a minor in mathematics. And something interesting about me, I'm kind of obsessed with space exploration, NASA, things like that. And I actually have two dogs named Apollo and Mr. Hubble. What got me interested in computer science? I would say when I was 8 years old, my grandpa bought me and my sister our first computer. It was an HP Pavilion desktop, and I would just tinker around on it. I remember the first thing he showed me how to change a wallpaper, and so from there I was like, oh, I wonder what else I can do. And usually I would end up messing something up and probably need to fix it before Dad got home, so I would say that's kind of what got me started, and I just always liked playing games on the computer and doing different things, so it just kind of progressed from there. My high school was very small. It was a 1A school. We had 24 students in our graduating class. So our computer science courses consisted of Microsoft Office. We actually, in junior high, made web pages with FrontPage, which was pretty interesting. But we didn't have any programming classes per se, so it was a little intimidating at first getting into college. But once I took my first programming class, it was, with at least some computer science background, it was pretty simple. I don't have an answer for that one. I guess I would say robotics, since that's actually what I'm working on this summer. Yeah, it's deep. All you have to do really is turn on the news and you'll always see something new technological coming out, like an Apple Watch or some new device, and it always seems really cool, like, oh, I wonder how you do that, or how could you make one of those, or could it do this, or could it do this? So I think that's really exciting to know that you can create something and essentially make it do whatever you want it to do. I think I would really like to have some kind of contribution into space exploration. I think it would be really neat to maybe write a program that assists a telescope or a habitat on Mars. Anything like that I think would be really neat. We are working on a voice-activated home automation system. Our motivation is to help the elderly in their homes, so they could stay in their homes longer. You could have a better quality of life when you're in your own home rather than in a nursing home, things like that. So say you have a robot, and this robot wants to, or should I say, you want your robot to water the dogs. So you could say, water the dogs, or water the cat, or water the plants, all these different sorts of commands. And the robot is actually going to learn from your habits. So if every day at a certain time you say, close the blinds, then that robot is going to learn that eventually at this time of day you want it to close the blinds. So we're actually working on that this summer, and we're working on the software side of it, so it should be pretty fun. I would say definitely go for it. It's one of the fastest growing fields that there is right now, and I know getting started it's a little intimidating with, you'll look at a rather large piece of code and think, well, how do you even get started with this? But take baby steps, and if it's something you think you're interested in, then I definitely say go for it. There's so many different options available to you. You could get into any number of things. There's space exploration, there's accounting. I mean, just about every business needs computer science essentially to run, so it's a really good field to get into. I am trying to keep my options fairly open, but I would like to end up at maybe NASA, SpaceX, somewhere, in the field that I'm interested in, which is astronomy. I'd like to be a software engineer, though, I think. Actually, I think for that, maybe, the world is headed towards being ran by robots, essentially. I would like to come up with a way to prevent robots from learning on their own. That way they can't overtake the world. Go Longhorns!